Hello, welcome to the channel, all heroes. This is going to be a video where I'm going to attempt to run you through the process for setting up your own server. I'm only going to go through what I've done. I had some questions about whether you can, other people can connect to these servers, or if you can use it for like local, like LAN play. I think you can. I would imagine that. Well, I'll go through it a step at a time, and we'll come to it. We'll come to that section, and I'll do what I can. I can't say that this, I can't guarantee this is going to be super clear and whatnot. I mean, it took me some time to work it out myself, even though there are instructions. But this is basically what I did, so I'll run through it as best I can. First of all, if you go to the I'll leave the link in the description, and I will remember to do it this time. But if you go to the main page, which I will leave the link for, and click down server setup guide. What's this one actually? Let's have a look. Okay, there's loads of server config files and stuff, which, to be honest with you, where I think you can change loads of stuff in the game, which I haven't done, to be perfectly honest. So this is all stuff that you will have to research yourself. All I'm going to do is tell you how I got the server running that is currently running. So someone said that the link on the page, the link that I previously supplied, had been deleted, and it had. It's been moved to here. So I-25 Community Virtual Machines, and this is the section here that I worked from. There are lots of other options that you might want to read through, but this is how I did it. So the first thing I did was to download the Freedom Virtual Machine. This is basically the game files set up to run in a virtual machine. It is a torrent, so you do need, I used uTorrent, so that might be your first hurdle. If you don't install a torrent program on your computer, stop here, I guess. But you need uTorrent to download this. If you click on the file like I did, nothing, and you haven't got uTorrent installed, nothing happens. So I did sit here for some time thinking to myself, what the hell is going on? Why am I clicking on this file? Why is it not downloading? It is a torrent, so you'll need to download uTorrent, click this, and it will download. And then what you basically get is this file here. A RAR file or a zip file, depending whatever program you're using, about 8.5 gigabytes in size. And what you do basically is you unzip that to a folder. I unzipped it to a folder called Freedom. You know, as zip files do, it created Freedom and then another Freedom folder. But inside here is basically, I think, all of the game files and everything you need to run this through a virtual machine. The actual folder itself is quite big. It's 33, almost 34 gigabytes. So yeah, so when you unpack the Freedom RAR or zip, this is what you get. So yeah, do that first. Secondly is download VMware Player. I just clicked on the link and I downloaded a Workstation 15 player for Windows. Download that, install it. Fine. That's another step done. So the next thing to do is to run VMware Workstation. I'll load that up. I think it'll probably appear on my other screen. It does, and I'll move it over here. Jesus, skip this version. Okay, let's move it over here so you can see it. So this is the front screen for VMware Workstation. I've already done this before. I wonder if I should if I can create a second one. I don't want it to, does it matter? No, I'm gonna remove this and hope that I haven't made a massive problem for myself. But let's remove from library, because I'm gonna do this from scratch, and then hopefully you can see it running. So open virtual machine, and then if you just just search towards your Freedom folder, double click on the Freedom VMware virtual machine file, and it will create this here. Now I'm not sure if I think it was at this point, if you click on play virtual machine, you might get an error message, The error message is centered around, I should have found a window for it first. I've already sorted it out. You might have to do a bit of research yourself, but you may get an error message that basically states that there is a virtualization type thing that Intel supports, but it's not switched on your BIOS. So you would probably need to look at go into your BIOS and find this. It's virtualization VP something, VP plus or something like that. I apologise. I know I probably should have found this, whatever it was first, but you know, a bit of research won't hurt. So if you get that error message, you may need to go into your BIOS and turn and enable this setting. But a quick search on the interwebs should allow you to do that. So play virtual machine. So we've installed. So we've run our Freedom file into the virtual machine, and now it will. It's restoring the virtual machine statement. So maybe it's already got my settings there. We will see. There were two errors that I came up with that stopped me from progressing. One of them was, as I said, was the not having uTorrent downloaded, and there will be another newbie mistake that I made, which I will show you. Okay, so this all seems to be okay. So what this seems to have done is just it's reinstalled my settings basically that I already had. So yeah, even though I've run it again, but that's fine because you won't have these boxes. So what you do is you click on Start, and you will click on DB Server Shortcut, and what this will do is open this window for you, and it's actually a lot of lines of stuff there. Okay, yeah. So run this. Basically, I let it run until it got down to this point where it started saying, I'm not sure if you need to wait, but this point where it started saying can't connect to chat server after it had done everything else. Let it load until it started doing that. Second box is you click again and click on Launcher, which will open this box. Again, I let it just run through and do all that it needed to do. You can wait. I'm trying to connect it to localhost. Yeah, that all seems fine. Now, weirdly, there is another step. Now, weirdly for me, and I won't do it, but I'll see if it works. I'll see if it works without it. But weirdly for me, what happened was when I clicked the launcher, it opened this map server box. Now, if you look at the instructions here, you need to copy this. Go back to the virtual machine. Click Start. Sorry, right click, select Run, paste that. So it's pasted in, and then just click OK. I thought this was the map server, but when I ran the launcher, it kind of opened this map server box, which was quite interesting. Again, so when the map server box came up, I just let it run until it looked as though yes, it's done loading. But what I would do is if you click launcher and it opens the map server box, I would still copy this, paste it into Run, and click OK. I'm not going to do it. I'll see what happens because I think it's remembered my settings. So that's the step. The next step is actually kind of the newbie mistake I made. Basically, what you need to do is, and I will show you on here. Let's drag this over here, and we will go to, where will we go to? I need to go to my D drive and here. So ignore this map file. Basically, the map file is just that text. I copied it in here because I thought it might be easier for me to get to if I need to keep doing it. But once you've done it, you don't need to keep doing it, which is a good thing. So the next thing you need to do, no, that's wrong. Let's go back to D. So next thing you need to do is something I forgot. You need to have Tequila installed, which is how you can currently play the game online. So you need to have that installed. So you go to the tequila folder after it's installed and updated, and you need to basically make a copy. You make a shortcut to make a shortcut. Yeah. So send a shortcut to your desktop. I sent a shortcut to my desktop and then just created this folder. I don't quite know why. I could have just kept it on the desktop. I just wanted to keep it in one place basically. So what you will have is this section in the target folder. So what you need to do, what I did basically, is just copied that from the -patch directory text, and I copied that into. I copied that. So yeah, so just a space after the executable file, after the exe, and then I copied that in. What you need to do is this section here, you need to remove and put your IP address in, basically. The mistake I made was that I included the IP address in the less than and greater than signs, the brackets, and it wasn't working. But as soon as I removed the brackets, so that worked fine. And that's pretty much it, really. You need to find out your IP address. You can actually do that in the virtual machine. Just click on your internet settings. If you click on network free, it will tell you what the IP address is for that. And then we're basically ready to go. So what we need to do is we need to use a shortcut we've created, which will point to your virtual machine. So I'm not an expert. What I think is happening now is that we've got a server running on the virtual machine, and the edited shortcut we've created points us towards the server on the virtual machine, basically. But we will see. We'll see if it works. It looks like it might do. I think password doesn't matter. Mr. Mirage. Oops. No, let's go back. Mr. Mirage is a character I created yesterday. And that's it. So you're now running on your own server. With regards to other people connecting to it, I'm not sure if it's as simple as this, but I wonder if they could edit a shortcut and put your IP address in, and then try and connect to your server. That might work. I assume that would work for the same way of creating it as playing it over a LAN. Again, I don't know. You'll need to do some research on that. But that's how I did it, and the server is running fine. The two mistakes I made were not having uTorrent installed at the start and leaving the brackets around my IP address, which stopped me from logging onto the server. The only other thing that you're going to need to research maybe is if you get that error message when you try and run the virtual machine, talking about virtualization VP plus or whatever it is, you might need to go and enable that in your BIOS. But that's it. That's basically how I got the game, how I started running my own server, and it seems to be working fine. It's weird logging into the game and not having anyone else there, but at least I think, or I hope, that I can now always play the game irrespective of what happens to the servers. So yeah, that's it. I hope this is clear. I can't think of anything else that I can probably help you with, really. If you've got any questions, let me know, but that's basically what I did. Yeah, thanks for watching.